Alright, you guys, welcome back to Strange Horticulture. We are on day 14. Ooh, the rain and the thunder is so nice. Just listen. Yes, so good. Let's give Hellbore a little scritch. Such a good boy. And then we have another clue to solve. I got this coin when we opened up the secret cabinet. Got this coin here that says Gosforth on it. When I went to Gosforth, nothing happened, but as you can see, the symbols match. So I'm going to assume that whatever this coin is referring to is 8 miles to the east of Gosforth. Let's find out. Let's see, so Gosforth's here, says 8 miles to the east, correct? Right. Okay, so Gosforth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Gazing at the still water of the lake, its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there, flowers I don't recognize grow from the bank. Is that thunder? Nice. Okay. So, we've got some new plants. Let's open up the shop. It's Thora Dunn. Well, he went and ate those bloody mushrooms. That's right, your husband had some mushrooms. And of course, now he's sick. Is there anything we can do? So, he's in a bad way and I'm worried about him. So, we learned last time when we went to the same spot where her husband found the mushrooms that it's these guys, which we identified as Farmer's Worry, I believe. Yeah. So, it's only safe to consume in small quantities. I have a feeling he ate a lot of them. We did also get a note, though, from that secret drawer, I believe, about antidotes to mushroom poisoning. Farmer's Worry says it's often fatal. An antidote can be made using royal gentian. So I remember that one's like super pink. It's got like kidney-shaped leaves, I think is what it said. Kidney-shaped petals. Right. So you're gonna need some royal gentian. Nice. Hopefully he's okay. Liverstone. Caution is advised when handling this plant due to the strong paralyzing agents contained within. The liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. I have a feeling this is liverstone. It smells rotten. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Mr. Dunn and his mushrooms. It's Forrest! Oh no! At least he's alive! I have been to Blackcomb. I have fought the servant and lived, but still my adversary stands. It must be defeated. For my part, I am ashamed to say that I am done. My soul could use the tonic of St. Quentin's elixir if I am ever to recover from the horror that I have seen. You poor guy. I did make some of that earlier. Here you go. At least I didn't sacrifice him. Poor guy. Prittle. Coveted by the rich, pretty Prittle is crushed to make dyes. This is a very rare plant that is hard to come by and requires great care to cultivate. Pretty Prittle, that's cute. Poor Forrest. Initially, when I met him, I was offered by this guy, Ennis Aylford, to give him a plant to make him really like slow and dull so they could sacrifice him to the monster, this Woken Dendrew. And I was like, nah. So I feel so bad for him, but at the same time, I'm glad I didn't kill him. Isn't that right, Hellboy? We don't murder people. There is a hateful man I sometimes see around town. Is it Isidore Burbridge or whatever? Yeah, Isidore Burbridge. Yesterday I saw him bending down his load to pet a stray dog, but instead he punched it as hard as he could. I rushed over and the coward fled. Someday he'll get his comeuppance. Who punches a dog? Like, why would you approach an animal and then just punch it? Sadgill Chalice. Alright, we got another smuggler's ring or whatever thing to do. So Sadgill is here. Chalice is like a cup, right? There we house clue takes me directly south of Sadgill to a spot next to the river. Moss-covered rocks line the banks, velvet to the touch. In the moist conditions, a deadly-looking plant grows abundantly in lush grass. Ooh, it's like a Venus flytrap. That's fun. Scooch, you're in the wrong spot. These are where my unidentified ones go. Okay. We'll archive that. It's okay, Hellboy. Reuben! This is the detective. Verona tells me you're working on gathering the plants for a ritual that will help us defeat this creature. I want to help in any way I can. From what Verona told me, I think this might be one of the plants needed to perform the ritual, but I'm afraid I do not know where it can be found. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, Swift Snare. The Binder, Ankle Grabber, and Never Let Go are several of the names given to this plant that may have some clue to its properties. Once the snare, it is impossible to educate oneself without help. It has small heart-shaped leaves. Maybe... I don't think I have anything with small heart-shaped leaves yet. I mean, I have this, but that doesn't feel right. Interesting. I know we helped a woman before who opened up a coffin covered in Swift Snare, and that didn't go so well for her. Thaddeus Cornwell, that's quite a chin you have there. Read somewhere about a plant that'll lead you to gold. It has drooping red flowers and frilled leaves. I know what you're looking for. Where's my golden light at? I forgot. Yeah. You want some of this. Have fun. Sorry, Hellbor. Freaking Ennis. He's a cultist. I can't help noticing that Dreher Huntsman is still alive. You don't seem to understand the importance of our work here. If you are not with us, then you are against us. When the redemption comes, and it will come, you will regret your actions. Whatever, man. I'm not sacrificing anyone. Praise the Dendrew. Get out of here, Edgar Allan Poe. Alright, let's close up shop. Decay gives way to new growth. From death, life. The cycle starts again west of White Scar by the river. Okay. Behind the woman, a dark skeletal figure began to rise, and a low primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through his veins. He did not run for long. Yeah, toward the beginning of the game, the reason why people like Reuben Ward and Verona Green are involved in this case is because some shepherd got absolutely butchered near the stone circle where this mystery woman, who we have met, I believe, and wears this jade mask, she summoned this creature called the Servant, also known as the Woken Dendrew, which is what Ennis and his weirdos worship as a god, I guess. But it's no bueno, which is why I was trying to help Forrest Vare kill it, and that didn't quite work. So now we're looking for like a bunch of plants to do this ritual to get rid of it once and for all. Day 15, Friday. So it says it starts again west of White Scar. Where is that? White Scar, White Scar. Sounds like maybe a mountain. I see Whitfell, but I don't see anything else. White Scar, huh? Whitbarrow. I feel like that's some kind of nickname. Oh, whoops. Let me go back. Huh. Interesting. Good boy, Hellbor. You're such a good kitty. Sup, mailman? I've lived in Undermere all my life, and I've never seen the people as worried as they are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood and the servant. Somebody needs to do something to stop that beast. I mean, I'm doing my best. It's Amos! He's one of my buddies. He's been on the road for a while. I was speaking to a woman from Arnside who told me of a cave nearby that the locals stay away from. Apparently there's a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was vague about where the cave was. Somewhere to the east was all she would say when I passed her. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Alright, let's go east of Arnside then. Because Arnside is... That's Ambleside. Where is Arnside? I literally have been here before. And now I don't remember where it is. Oh, Arnside. Somewhere to the east? Oh, White Scar Cave. Wait. Scar, right? There we go. Hold on. Where's my little card? West of White Scar by the river. Ooh, which one should I go to first? I'm gonna go here. Yes! The sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze. A reminder, from the chest the skeleton a plant grows. I think I know what this is. There was a plant they mentioned. It's called Corpse's Friend, I think, is one of its nicknames. I think it's Devil's Nightcap. Yep, if ingested as a seed, it will cause a slow, agonizing death, and the plant will grow out of the body once deceased. Gross. Yeah, that's definitely Devil's Nightcap, for sure, because look at the leaves. It's got the little, squigglies? It's got that pale edge to it, like it does in the drawing. Let's label this bad boy. And make it red, because it's kind of dangerous. Help if I could spell. There we go. And then you get to go sit over with the labeled ones. Okay. My shop is looking so cute. Look at all my plants. And then, here, let's water a plant really quick so I can go to that cave. Drink up, babies, drink up. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead. It was White Scar Cave. A thin crack runs down the rock face, widening as it reaches the ground. Just wide enough for a man to slip through, but there's a problem. A large boulder blocks the entrance, too heavy to move. Farmers worry. Oh, yeah. There we go. I'm surprised at how easily I'm able to roll away the boulder with the help of Farmer's Worry. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I discover several clusters of fungi growing there, reaching out desperately into the thin strip of light provided by the crack. Ooh, okay, so we're going to see what those fungi are in a second. First, let's look at this entry I got. Twilight Lepiota? In the twilight where shadows grow, take leaf and root and eye of crow, a plant of gloom and despair and dark magic. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul. That's fun. Alright, let's collect my fungi. Ooh! I have a feeling this is that lumpy one it mentioned. Yeah, it has the numbing thing going on. Where's my book at? Book? Oh, okay. There's one where it mentions it's got paralysis, so that's it. It's not Dead Man's Fingers. I think it's not Spring Wax Cap. Liverstone. Yeah, it's got paralyzing agents. My fingertips feel slightly numbed. Okay, so this is Liverstone. Nice. Boop. Okay. Let's do some customers. Oop, blep. Alden Gregory. My wife of 30 years is dying. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is the truth of it, as painful as it is to say out loud. The doctors say there's nothing they can do, but I cannot sit by and wait for it to happen. A man at the hospice let slip about a plant-based elixir. I don't think he meant for me to hear it, but it did, and that's all I can think about. I understand the risks, but any price is worth paying if it means she doesn't have to die. Please, I'm begging you. Oh no. This is just sad. Based on what my archive notes tell me, the elixir of the damned is dangerous and extreme caution is advised. It is said to bring a person back from the brink of death, but at the expense of their soul. Those who have drunk it appear vacant and lost, alive but no longer really with us. I have to give it to him too. Okay. I don't feel like that's gonna work so well for him. Oh no. New book entry. Pretty blue flowers line the stems of this sought-after plant. It is said that if you give Haverage to your beloved under the light of a full moon, you will both live long and blessed lives. Aw, that's romantic. And will he blep? He will. Ooh, Althea O'Shea. What a delightful shop you have. I'm only in town for a brief visit, but I heard you might be able to get hold of some liverstone here. Yes, you can. I'm so sorry if I butchered that Irish accent. You're very fashionable. Nice. Thumb or tomb? Oh, pronounced tomb. This flower is sometimes associated with death. It is used as a fragrance in soaps and candles. Nice. Sorry, Elbor. No! Why are you here? I can't control it anymore. This has all gone too far. I never meant for it to turn on my sisters. It's too strong. I'm trying to hold it back, but it wants to kill. That's all it wants. Death, death, and more death. Well, you should have thought about that before you summoned a giant monster. You have to help me. Widow's woe or dead man's fingers. Okay. If I gave her dead man's fingers, which I don't think I actually have, it would strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. Or I could give her widow's woe. Let's see. Oh, that's wild coal I'm reading. Hold on. Widow's woe induces fear, also called kenfoot. Dainty flowers grow out from a bed of long, thin leaves. Ooh. Do I have the fancy mushroom anyway? I don't think I do. So I think I have to give her widow's woe, which I'm not sure what it is. It's got leaves like this. Very delicate. It's not that. It's not this. It's not this. There's pretty bad smell coming out of this, but this one's like floppity and they're sharper. So I feel like that's wrong. I don't think I even have Widow's Woe. I don't have either of these, so what do I do? This kind of looks right, but I don't think it is. These ones are too fat. Ah, what do I do? I don't need this. Maybe I should go somewhere first. So this card has been killing me. It fits the coastline right here. And it's N6, but every time I go there, either nothing happens or something bad happens. The other thing that's killing me is that there is a great oak here. The last time I went there, it didn't really do anything either. It says in this note, wrong one, that south of the Watcher, the great oak, the Dendrew, was ousted from the world. What if I go here? A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. This is the right place, but I'm too early. I need Verona Green's help to perform the ritual. Okay, so that's where we're going to have our final showdown, it looks like. Let me water some plants so we can go somewhere else. My only other clue... I have 2. The dead ground northeast of Tebe. There's a black plant. I've gone here before, nothing happened. And then there is the oak, which I've been to, but nothing really happened either. And then there's the thing that fits the coastline. Very clearly N6. What happens if I go to N6 now? Ooh, finally! The gentle sound of flowing water, the sunlight through scattered clouds. A reset. New plants acquired, okay. One of those I know for sure is Aguria. We've been trying to look for like ever. Yeah. That's Aguria for sure. So we'll label this one. And then what was the second one I got? This one is not one of the ones she needs. What was the other new plant? Is it this? Ooh, no. Oh, it was this one. An unpleasant scent. Widow's Woe, I think, has an unpleasant scent, doesn't it? And induces fear. Dainty dark flowers grow from a bed of long, thin leaves. But that doesn't match. Dead Man's Fingers is a mushroom, and I don't have that. Unless it's this. Smells rotten. That doesn't look right. I still don't have either of those plants, so what should I do? There's one that they called it in this note. Not this one. They call it Digitatus Mortis grows. Sounds like Dead Man's Fingers. Yeah, so I can find this northeast of Tebe. Let's try it. The wide area of blackened ground here is known to the locals as Dead Man's Field. Dark mushrooms protrude from the soil like fingers reaching out from the grave. There we go. So I could give that to her. I don't have Widow's Woe, right? Oops. Nope, stop touching buttons. Yeah, so I could make her scared, or I could give her resolve. Widow's Woe has dainty dark flowers. This one looks right. But Widow's Woe will scare her. Do I want to scare her, or do I want to up her resolve? Maybe if she's afraid, she'll, like, actually ask for help. Let's see what happens. Okay, that wasn't Widow's Woe or Dead Man's Fingers. Okay, that's good to know. Widow's Woe, then... Is it this one? These are very dark flowers. But it smells good. And we want one that stinks. That's not it. I think I have no choice. I know I haven't identified this before. We're just gonna have to up her resolve then. Dead Man's Woe. Well, Dead Man's Fingers. Carnivorous tauren, known in the north as Andrew's Bane, after the unfortunate demise of a man called Andrew Jardin. He was caught and slowly eaten alive by a large specimen of the tauren. Revered in the occult world, a cross-section of the Torrent stem reveals pentagonal symmetry. That's fun. Pretty sure carnivorous Torrent is this guy over here. So let's label you. You are for sure... hold on. Hid my labels under there. Dead man's fingers. Shouldn't I be, like, telling the police about all of this? I feel like I've interacted with her a lot and haven't told anyone, which seems a little weird, right? Like, call the police. So we got that, and then this one's carnivorous Tauren, right? Mm-hmm. That's the one. I keep hiding it under there. There we go. Carnivorous Tauren. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. Oop, blep. Hollis Gibb. There's been talk over the last few nights down the Royal Oak of a servant creature going around slaughtering people. Yeah, where have you been? I used to enjoy walking in the hills, but I don't dare to leave my house now. I've decided to bring nature to me in the meantime. The glow of a few pixie lamps would surely warm my heart. I got you, man. Glow horn it up. Pennybell. The leaves of the pennybell are chewed by some for their hallucinogenic properties. Fun. However, since it is highly addictive and can lead to sickness and death, that is also fun. End the day. To the east of the castle, across the river, and through the mountain pass, it grows at the edge of the wood. She finally had the power she craved all these years, a servant to do as she willed, but that power came to cost. The servant was awoken, it would not be contained. It was the Dendrew, the dread. It was death. And then she realized she'd done messed up. Hope I gave her more resolve now, so I feel like that may have been a mistake. I don't know. I literally couldn't do anything else that I know of. Day 16, Saturday. Okay. Let's go. So it says to the east of the castle, across the river, and through the mountain pass. I have several castles. So this one's a castle, Scissor Castle. So across the river, through the mountain pass, it grows to the edge of the wood. Let's try here. Oh, nice! The trees sway effortlessly in the cool breeze. The low hum of crickets chirping rides the wind. A sense of calm washes over me, and I'm rewarded with a new find. Whoa, I bet you that's the snare or whatever. Devil snare stuff. Right? It moves fast for a plant. Do I even have an entry for that yet? It's like Swift Snare or something, right? Oh. Yeah. Yup. Does it have heart-shaped leaves? It does. Ooh. Thank goodness it can't get me through the screen or I have to go all Luma Solemn on it. Swift Snare. There we go. Scooch these plants over a little bit. I bet it's like a definitive. These are the unlabeled ones. Alright, Hellbore, let's get to work. We got plants to discover. It's Verona again. It is time. The servant is on the move again. Time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for all our sakes that you've been able to track down all the plants we need. Okay. Bruh, I don't know about that. I don't know. All I got in here is the fungi antidotes and this. I've been to the Great Oak before. I feel like we're ready. I can't think of anything else that we haven't done. We got 3 elixirs. We got a buttload of plants. Oh, here we go. Pretty sure the site is here at Blackcomb, isn't it? Oh shoot, dang it. Wait, I still need to open this! Oh, whoops. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, what do you do? She gave it to me like a bajillion years ago. There is a plant that helps unlock things. It's Clavilium, right? Where's my Clavilium at? Caballia. Where's my Clavilium? There we go. Yes! Okay. Follow the Dudden tributary to its source. Okay. First is the corpse's friend, a reminder. Then comes the ankle grabber, the binder. Third is the fear bringer. Fourth, to lift a curse. Last, a petal to secure the black blood's reverse. Oh, we got this in the bag, you guys. Easy. Okay, so where's Dudden? River Dudden. It says Dudden tributary to its source. So this is the Dudden, then the source would be here? Here? I want to say right here. There are more important things we could be doing back at the shop. Well, that's rude. The source of the River Dun. Is this the source? Maybe this is the source right here. What is this? L14? Oh, actually, it might be this over by Hard Knot. Because the river kind of winds up this way. So what would that be? F14? Let's go to F14 first. Oop, almost logged out of the game. Let's water some plants to speed up the process. Okay. Oh, F14. Nothing here. Okay. So then I was wrong. So if this is the River Dudden and its source would be here, maybe? L14. Let's try that. Oh, why am I still watering? Let's try here. I've never seen a plant like this before, and it's growing in abundance. Ooh, what's that? That's pretty, whatever that is. Somewhat damp smell. Dark red flowers. Okay. Interesting. So now we need to meet her at the ritual site. We should probably prep the plants though, right? First is the corpse's friend, a reminder. Corpse's friend is Devil's Nightcap, correct? Also known as Corpse's friend. Okay. So, let me put you guys in a special spot. I'm gonna put you like over here. So we need this one first. Ankle grabber, so we need swift snare second. Okay. And then we need third is the fear bringer. That's right. I don't think I had that before. It was a choice between the Dead Man's Fingers and Widow's Woe. Right? Yeah. I feel like it's that new plant I got. Right? That looks correct. It says that the dark red flowers are smelly, though. These aren't smelly. These aren't either. Shoot. Shoot. Oh no. What if I still don't have it? Oh no. I want to say this is Widow's Woe. This is a damp smell. That doesn't sound great. So I'm going to say this is it. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Fourth, to lift a curse. Last petal. Stop! Let me get rid of the book for a second. Okay, so we got Corpse's Friend, we've got the Ankle Grabber, we've got the Fearbringer. Fourth to lift a curse. I don't remember what that's called, so we're gonna have to speed read again. It's Long Veracund. Okay. Long Veracund. Caldery. Kind of scooching these plants around. Long Veracund. Is this it? Hop Heart. Meek Dew. Fox Button. Long Veracund. And then the fifth is a petal to secure the black bud's reverse. So there is, I think it's Elderphinium, that is the antidote to the gilded dendra, which causes black blood and poisons you. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendra's miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in painful death. Okay, and I had Elderphinium for sure. It was one of the secrets we found on the map, which it looks like a dark flower with a bunch of like little tendrils sticking out of it. Where did I put it? Right here, Elderphinium. Okay, so Devil's Nightcap, Swift Snare, Fearbringer. So this is Widow's Woe. I'm gonna label it real quick. I hope it's Widow's Woe anyway. And then Long Veracund, Elderphinium. I think we're about ready. At least I hope so. The site was somewhere. I think it's been Black Comb. I think it's right here. No, I think it's here. Yeah. Ooh, the music changed. A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. Okay, here we go. First is Corpse's Friend. Then Swift Snare. Then Widow's Woe. Then Long Veracund. Then Elderphinium. Right? Oh! Well done. I will take it from here. I stand back and watch as Verona walks around the shrine muttering soft incantations. It feels like a long time passes before she looks up, but in reality it was perhaps only 10 minutes. Nothing's happening. What do you mean nothing's happening? Have we got the right plants? I think so. Perhaps we just need to be patient. Uh-oh. A loud noise behind us makes us all jump. Turning around, I see something that makes my blood run cold. The woman in the jade mask is walking calmly and slowly towards us from the other side of the clearing. Behind her, standing tall and terrifying, is the black silhouette of the servant. Oh! Ugh! That's gross. What was that about being patient? I think we're out of time. Do not be afraid. I am here to surrender willingly. The servant cannot be allowed to... Ah! The creature lunges forward and brings a huge arm scything towards her. Her scream pierces the cold air as she drops to her knees, clutching her head. But the blow seems to glance off to one side as it comes hurtling down, and the beast's claw ends up embedded in the dirt instead of the woman's back. I can't hold it back much longer. You need this. She throws a small vial of red liquid which Reuben deftly catches and holds up to the light. Blood. Quickly, I know what to do. Verona grabs the vial and fumbles to get the stopper out as she turns back to the shrine. The servant has his huge arm free again and is slowly advancing with strange, jerking movements. Verona pours the blood into a small cavity in the shrine, and everything seems to happen at once. A pillar of bright white light launches out of the shrine towards the servant and hits it in the chest. The huge beast shrieks and staggers backwards, drowning out the screams of the woman in the jade mask who is clutching her head and writhing in agony on the ground. Whoa. There is an almighty thunderclap and a blinding flash of light, and suddenly the servant is gone. A patch of charred ground smolders where it stood just moments before. My head is spinning at what just happened. Did it work? Have we defeated the serpent? Friday. With the dust settled and the servant vanquished, I have been able to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. We were fortunate that Thea was able to stay in control of the beast for as long as she did. So it was Thea. Who can say what would have happened if she was unable to prevent it causing the destruction it craved? Undermere has never felt so jubilant, so full of life. All the nervous tension that had built up evaporated in an instant, and the people have plowed their energies into celebration and merriment. They do not know the whole truth, of course. That Thea, the woman in the jade mask, was the one who summoned the serpent. I promised Reuben that I would leave it to him to unravel that mess. She is his daughter, after all. I figured. And as for myself, well, I'm back in the calm of Strange Horticulture, of course, with Hellbore for company. It's quieter around here, but I am content that there are always more plants to learn about and discover. Ooh. The sleeping Dendrew. It is done. The servant can go back to being a dark story for dusty shelves. Ending 2, Elderphinium. There are multiple endings? What? No way. So Reuben Ward, Verona Green, Faye Swift are all alive. Oh, Bethany Coleman died. Forrest Fair has been wounded. Ennis Alford is in hiding. Has not been seen since the defeat of the serpent. There are rumors he is living in Rydal Cave once again. And then Thea Ward's in hiding. Ashamed of her actions that caused so much pain and death, it's unlikely she will ever fully recover from the trauma. And then Easter Burbridge is alive, currently pursuing legal action against Strange Horticulture. What a jerk. Wow. Okay, so there's multiple endings to this game. I didn't know that. Oh, we're gonna have to find out what more there is to do. For now, thank you so much for watching. This is an amazing game. Wow, let's see, is there any more? Alright, there's the credits. This is a fantastic game. I love the ambient noises, like the thunder and the rain is so nice. The setup was actually really cool. It feels kind of claustrophobic that you're just kind of have a... it should feel claustrophobic that you're just kind of stuck in an office the whole time, but it really works well. The way the map interacts with you, so you are able to kind of... It's almost like a text adventure, and that there's a lot of reading, so it's a lot of imagination that goes into visualizing where you've gone, the people you've met. I like how many secrets there were. Clearly, we can change the ending by choosing to do different plants in another playthrough, so we'll have to see how the story changes based on our choices. But so cool. I love that. The Victorian setting, it's both gloomy and cozy at the same time, and who doesn't love plants and magic? I mean, wow. It's very dark, but in a very interesting way. It draws you in, kind of like a piece of dark chocolate in the fall. Like you just kind of dive into it, and you're like, yes, that bittersweetness to it. But I loved it. It was amazing. So if you would like to play this game yourself, it is. I know it's on Steam, and definitely worth investing in if you are interested. It's a really wonderful experience. I will try to post some more videos then of the alternate endings if you can find them. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I think I'll have to see you guys in the what earlier. 58 out of 77? Have you heard of the Monastery of the Black Veil? I think it would interest you. I learned of it from a man from Ravenglass. If you're ever in that part of the world, you should ask him about it. He owns the Horseshoe Inn on Main Street. Okay, what? There's more! Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here, officially. But the next video is going to be doing whatever quest this is right after the end of the game. Although it did say earlier, so I guess it's just more context as to what happened before. Wow. Okay, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video and if you like Strange Horticulture, consider watching my other videos if you haven't already. Like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!